All right. Hello, good morning. Yes, hi there. It says I am live. So, hello, good morning. Let me get this started. Hi. I'm always excited. I love coming on this and doing this in the mornings. I am introducing myself and inviting people to join me in a unique life coaching experience. It is unique and different online here and in the book on Amazon. It's called The Best Life Remix Kit. It's in Spanish, Mejora Tu Vida Club Remix Kit, because I'm here in Camuy, Puerto Rico, and I was a high school teacher and basically ran away from craziness when I figured out how to be happy with a really simple formula. So the formula is in the remix kit, and I am here every day using art to make life better. Okay, that's the basics of this. As a life coach, I'm just going to tell you, art makes life better. Whether that's music, whether that's a painting, whether that's actually culinary is an art. So all of our flavors and our traditions of foods are arts forms. Let's see if I can settle this down a little bit. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I broke my, what's it called? Selfie stick. I broke the stick yesterday, and it's thrown me off. I have to admit, it's thrown me off. This little piece of plastic. And, okay, staying to the topic. Arts are magic. They make life better. And part of this is the words that we say to ourselves and being aware of what we're saying to ourselves and what we say to other people. And in the arts, this comes across through language arts of written poetry and storytelling and arguments or debates that we're having. And all of this communication is something that I like to research and try to figure out how to make better, because I want to make life the best that it can be for everybody. That's my ultimate agenda. Okay. And so as I'm trying to stay focused here, because you can look in my show notes and you can look on my website, joywestpress.com, for all this background story. But I think it's really important because I'm offering something very different, and it's important that we do it. So today I wanted to talk about our roots and our words and what we say and how we look at the world, and a few things just to confirm. Our perspectives is how we look at something. So if we're looking at something very shallow and very 2D, very flat, very surface level, right? Very 2D. It's your perspective is just surface. And that's different than when you go deep dive into 3D perspective of real depth, where you see the focal point in the distance and you can determine things are closer and farther away, and there's much more thought being put into the situation. That's a different perspective. That changes how you look at something. Okay? So that's the first part of this. I wanted to touch base today and really encourage people to go deeper on your thinking. And I know that takes time and effort and being honest with yourself to kind of dig in a little bit more. But I really think that's what we have to do in order to make our lives the best they can be. So I'm trying to not focus on the dark times. I'm trying to focus on how do we get back into the light, and how do we get back into the positive direction if we've gotten onto a negative one and into a trouble situation. Because it's either really, really good or it's really, really bad. And I'm tired of this yo-yo. I really want it to be good in a long-term for everyone kind of way. Okay, that's the goal. That's my goal. I hope that's your goal. Okay, so this perspective of how do you look at something? Okay, the second thing I want us just to, again, touch base on, and I'm using the arts and a painting to help explain a situation in life. Okay, so a point of view, right? In a point of view is your opinion, your statement, and your ideas, and your understanding of something is the what you put into it to create a point of view. Okay, someone's sending me thumbs up. Cool. Your point of view. Okay, and it depends which perspective you're going to look at. If you look at something very shallow in 2D, then your point of view might be really simple, and it might be pretty easy to say, yeah, it's good or it's bad. It's good or it's bad. It's bad. It's good. Ta-da! It's good. Very little went into that point of view. And if you go deeper into something and you look at a painting, for an example, and you really look at what it is, and you see the colors that the artist used, and you see the lines that they made and the attention to the details that the artist put into it, when you put in more effort into thinking about it, you're going to get a different point of view because you've put in more effort. I know this makes sense. It's proven it's true. So I'm saying this because people just are, I really have this idea that people are stuck in the shallow, and they're stuck on a point of view that's based on the shallow, and that they're not really taking the time to make life great because that takes effort. So, for example, let me go on this one again. Okay. I love our history and our heritage and everything that's come before us. I know makes me who I am. I am a part of all that I have seen, and it's all with me as part of my baggage. So I like digging into old books, and I have books here. I'm sitting this morning. I like to start the week with a dive into the book.